Good afternoon and welcome back to the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. And this is the Beaver High School Beavers, ranked number 3 in the RPI, against the number 4 Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. And so for the final 4 teams in the 2A classification, well, these are part of them, but this is 1 and 2 will play for this first semifinal at 3 o'clock on field 3. And this is the one-loss bracket. Beaver just losing to Enterprise, and the Gunnison Bulldogs defeating the Lady Cowboys of Kanab last night. So this is Kanab's first game. This is a back-to-back game for the Lady Beavers. Happy to have you along. So the championship, well, the semifinals are set with South Summit and Manti in the 3A classification, Duchesne and Enterprise in the 2A classification. So the 3A South Summit and Manti, and Duchesne Enterprise in the 2A. In the one-loss bracket, games going on right now will be this one, Beaver with Gunnison. Beaver will be the home team. Parowan and Millard with Parowan being the home team. I might be wrong. Let's see. Let me go back up and look at Millard. Millard is 6 and Parowan is 5. So Parowan will be the home team. And then on the 3A side, it'll be South Summit Manti, of course, then Carbon Canyon View going on right now, as well as Grantsville and Grand. So first up for the visiting Gunnison Valley Bulldogs will be Riley Dyring. Dyring coming into this tournament is batting .396 with 26 RBIs and 2 home runs. She's check swing foul on the right side. Strike one as we start the game. Hawkins, the junior for the Beavers, on the mound. She's pitched every inning for the Beavers so far in this one. Dyring is the shortstop for the Gunnison Bulldogs. Hawkins steps up and delivers the 0-1 pitch. This one will be down in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-1 our count. So later on at 3 o'clock will be the 2 semifinal matchups. The final 4, as you will. The rest of the teams have to work back up into that. That pitch will be outside, 2-1. You wonder about the impact of taking that break off. You know, Gunnison fresh, this will be their first game of the day. And Beaver playing their second consecutive game. That's a ball, 3. So 3-1 the count to Riley Dyring. Hawkins delivers the 3-1 pitch. It's going to be high, ball 4. So leadoff batter aboard for the Gunnison Bulldogs. And that'll bring up Kennedy Knudsen for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. And Knudsen bats .524 with 35 RBIs and 5 home runs. Quite a player for the Gunnison Lady Bulldogs. So Dyring at first. She will take off and run, but she'll have to go back as that is a foul ball. Strike 1 on Knudsen. It's interesting. The 2 teams that were in the championship bracket, both 10-0 wins. Duchesne 10-0 over Parowan. Enterprise 10-0 versus Beaver. Oh, what a beautiful bunt for Knudsen, and she's going to make it there in time. That's a single for Kennedy Knudsen, and I'm not sure there's a better bunt than that. That thing died about 2 feet in front of the plate, and that's a tough play for anybody to make. So 2 runners aboard, and now Dyring in scoring position. That'll bring up Lexi Kiesel. And Lexi on the season, batting .517 with 35 RBIs and 4 home runs. First pitch is a ball. Ball 1. There's the pitch, and that one will be strike 1. Caught that outside corner. So 1-1 the count. Getting runners on first and second. We're in the top of the first inning in this quarterfinal match. Well, one-loss matchup. And there's a swing and a miss, fouled off. So the runners stay. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Kiesel steps back in. There's a pitch going to be high, 2-2. I wonder if Lexi's a relative to Jansen, who's pitching for BYU. Yeah. Could be a little sister. There's the pitch, 2-2, fouled off again, so 2-2 remains the count as Kiesel battles with Hallie Hawkins. One more time, I want to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors who make it possible to see 2A and 3A softball on Centricom Channel 10, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. There's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. It's high in the air, center field. Hallie Hutchings on it. She'll step up and deliver. So that's out number 1 as Kiesel flies out to center. Also, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Still in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Jones DeMille Engineering, Town and Country Homes Mortgage in Nephi. Appreciate all those sponsors. This is Raven Pickett up to bat. Pickett batting .468, strike 1. .468 on the season, and she has 43 RBIs as she leads the, no, it's actually Ha'o leads. There's Pickett to right field, deep right field. That one's going to be out there. A 3-run home run for Raven Pickett of the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Holy cow, what a great way for the Gunnison Bulldogs to start this game with 3 straight runs after the walk and the single. So just like that, the Bulldogs jump into the lead with a 3-run home run for Raven Pickett. And for Pickett on the season, well, she came into the tournament with 6, so it's a minimum 7. She might have hit some other ones before, but that is definitely number 7. So a 3-0 lead, 1 out, bases cleared. That'll bring up Miley Ha'o. And Ha'o is a freshman, and she has 52 RBIs and 10 home runs. It's a heavy hitter also for the Gunnison Bulldogs, batting in the 5th position. There's a strike 1 as we first pitch. There's home runs on the 2 other home runs, one with the game on the first field. There's a hit deep to left field. That one's going to go out there, up there, hit the fence. So she's going to go for 2, and she'll have a stand-up double for Miley Ha'o. So beautiful hit right to the fence. That one looked like it had a chance as well. Now bring up Bentley King. King on the season batting .325, 17 RBIs. King a junior. So Raven Pickett and McDonald and Knudsen are seniors. The rest are underclassmen. Dyring a junior. Ha'o just a freshman. All right, King will step in with a runner on second. Still 1 out. There's a pitch from Hawkins. That will be hit to the shortstop. Shortstop over, quick, and she will get King. King speedy down the baseline, but couldn't quite outrun the throw from Kinsley Carter. 6-3 for out number 2. And now they'll bring up Jaquel Sorensen. Sorensen on the season came in batting .506 with 26 RBIs and 4 home runs. By my count, that is 13, 23, 29, 31, 32 home runs for Gunnison during the season. That was a crazy number. Strike 1 for Jaquel Sorensen. Runner is at third. That's Ha'o. There's the pitch from Hawkins. That pitch will be in the dirt. Nice block by Albrecht. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. It's a beautiful day at the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. So much better than yesterday. It was cold and rainy, and the fields were underwater. No delays today. The game should fall on schedule, barring a long game. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-1 pitch is in and did not get, did get the corner. He took a minute. He was making sure he had that play call first. 2-2 the count. Again, 2 outs for Hawkins. 3-0 Gunnison in this top of the first. That pitch is up and out. So the count goes to full. So the payoff pitch coming for Jaquel Sorensen. She plays center field for the Bulldogs. That's going to be a high ball. So runners now at the corner, second walk of the inning. So Ha'o at third and Sorensen at first with Bartholomew now up at the plate. She's your right fielder. Bartholomew on the season, .357, 21 RBIs with 1 home run. Pitch from Hawkins, going to be high, ball 1. No steal with Sorensen. Pitch, that one will be strike 1. Caught the corner on the inside, 1-1 the count on Maggie Bartholomew. It's fouled off. Strike two. 1-2 the count. Already 3-0 with runners at the corners for Gunnison. Albrecht does a great job behind the plate, keeping the runner at first. There's the pitch and fouled off. That one's going to hit the on-deck batter in the back. Ouch. So Hadley McDonald turned and took that one right in the middle of the lower back. I don't think it was too bad. Luckily it had slowed a little bit. Ooh, dangerous throw to the first baseman as Albrecht fires it down. Luckily, Star Moon is tall, or that would have been in right field. Count is 2-2 on the batter Bartholomew. Pitch is high, full count. Deep in the counts a little bit for Hawkins in this first inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be popped up straight away. It looks like the shortstop is going to track that down, and oh, she drops it. And so that is going to be an error, and now that leaves Beaver on the field. Another run scores. That's Ha'o who comes in. So she scores, and Bartholomew on after the error. And again, runners at the corners. So that leaves Sorensen on third. And Bartholomew on first. McDonald up to the plate. She'll bat from the left side. McDonald plays left field. She bats .302 on the season, 18 RBIs. Pitches up, fouled off to the left side, left field line. Wow, there's another home run behind us. It's been home runs all over the place, one on at least three fields. There's the pitch. It's going to be hit up in the air and caught by Lim, and that will do it. So the Lady Beavers out of the inning, but the Gunnison Bulldogs do what they want to do. As in the first inning of play, they had 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. So they had 4 runs on 3 hits with 1 error and 2 left on. So as we go into the bottom of the first inning, it's 4-0 Gunnison.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the Beavers' Kinsley Carter who will lead off for the Lady Beavers. On the other field, in the other one-loss bracket, it's the Millard Eagles 2 and the Parowan Rams 0. So right now it's both lower seeds ahead of the top seeds. Of course, Gunnison dropped 4 runs on the Beavers in the top half of the first inning as they batted 9 batters. Here comes the catcher. I'll give the catcher just 1 pitch, and she's going to throw it down. So the pitcher for the Gunnison Bulldogs will be Kennedy Knutson, the senior. We've watched Kennedy for several years. She has quite a talent. And I keep thinking she graduated last year, but then I saw her again. So either she got 1 year of eligibility with COVID, or she's just been great for years. I'm guessing it's the great part. Kinsley Carter for the Beavers up to the plate. Carter batting .325, 17 RBIs coming into the season. Coming into the tournament. Here's Knudsen with Carter. There's the pitch, and down in dirt. Ball 1. These two teams played earlier in the season. I believe, as I recall, Gunnison defeated Beaver. I'll check that one out. And there's going to be a pop-up on the left side and a near play by Pickett, I believe. Yep, Raven gets over there and didn't quite get in there, so it will be just a strike for Kinsley Carter. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 count to Carter. High, ball 2. 2-1 the count. That was just out of the strike zone. Carter steps back in. Gunnison Valley defeated Beaver 15-11 on March 23rd. There's a foul off the handle, so Carter goes 2-2. Those handle hits are pop-up central. So 2-2 count to Carter. Still a hitter's pitch. Knudsen steps up. In the dirt. Good eye by Carter. Knudsen with the count full now on Kinsley Carter. Will deliver the full count pitch. Another home run behind us. It's been a lot of home runs this morning. Holy cow. It's actually now this afternoon, but home runs going out all over the place. There's Carter going to hit to the shortstop. Carter speedy, and she's going to make it. She just beats out the throw. That'll be a leadoff single for Kinsley Carter. She'll go to first base. So it'll be Caitlin Lim batting second position, the senior for the Beavers. Comes in on the season batting .393 with 22 RBIs and 1 home run. One of the senior leaders for the Beavers. Lim squares to bunt, pulls back, ball 1, too high. Carter stays at first. Knudsen with a 1-0 pitch coming. Ooh, strike, caught the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Then we'll take the call from Coach Dallin Bratch on the third baseline. We'll step back in, 1-1. Lim hits it high to right field. The ball continues to float, and it's hit off of the fence. So Carter will go to second after tagging up. And boy, that one hit the yellow tape in right field. After it fell out of the mitt of the player going backwards. Okay, just checking the official book. An error. So Lim gets on an error. That's a tough catch right at the fence. Very distracting. That'll bring up Star Moon. So the first 2 runners on for the Beavers, just like the Bulldogs did in the top of 1. And Star Moon comes in batting .423, 27 RBIs, and leads the team with 7 home runs. Moon swing and fouls off. Strike 1. Star steps back in. Knudsen will take the call from the sideline. Looks at the armband. Will ready to deliver the pitch. There's another pitch. That one will be low. Ball 1. So another home run behind us. That is the 5th one I've heard since we've been sitting here. And so I don't really know what's happening, but home runs going out everywhere here at the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. Moon takes a big cut at that one. That one's just high in the strike zone. Just missed, so she'll have another opportunity. Runners on first and second. Knudsen with her catcher, Ha-Oh, who does a great job of keeping everything in front of the plate. And Moon will take a grounder. Knudsen lost that one on the pitch, so she'll get a base on balls with the hit. And now the base is loaded with no outs for the Beavers. So just like that, the Beavers in an ideal position to close the gap. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Lindsey Pender, the sophomore. And Pender comes into the tournament averaging .360 with 17 RBIs on the season. Just a sophomore. Here's the pitch to Pender. Pender swing and a miss, strike one. So again, bases loaded, no outs, 0-1. Pender hits to the third base, and smart play by Pickett. Knew exactly where she was supposed to be, and the out at home plate. 5-2 for one. Pender gets on a fielder's choice. A hard hit ball by Pender. But a great play by Pickett. Now Sam Atkin comes up. She'll bat from the right side. And she comes in after batting in the season. .366 with 23 RBIs. Bases loaded. Pitch is going to be out, and that one's going to let a run on the pass ball. So the Beavers scored their first run as Lim comes in. So the score now 4-1. Moon advances to third, Pender to second, and Atkin with ball one. So two runners in scoring position. Now the force is off. Puts a little more pressure on the infield. Atkin steps up. Ooh, Atkin drives one almost into the dugout. That was close. Those were nightmare balls. Just a little behind the pitch. The whole team flinched all at once. There's the 1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, ball one. 2. You meant 2, right, Wendy? 2 balls, not just one. Pitches up, Atkins swing, and evens the count, 2-2. She's a little ahead of that one as well. Taking a good cut at the ball is Sam Atkin. There comes a 2-2 pitch from Knudsen. And that is going to hit the batter, so that will load the bases as well. Atkins stands in, takes the hit by pitch. That's the second one of this early inning. So we're in the bottom of one, bases loaded. Addie Marshall now up to the plate, another senior. So 6 of the 7 batters are seniors. First of the 6. Oh heavens, 6 of the first 7 batters, with only Pender being a sophomore batting in the cleanup. There's Marshall. Pitches up and out, ball one. The only out of the inning so far has been the out from Pickett's clean fielding from third base for the force out at home. And there's going to be a second base, over to first. Another run scores. Now it advances the runners to second and third. So Marshall with an RBI. And she will go to first on the fielders. Excuse me, she gets out. So 2 outs now with runners on second and third. And up is Hallie Hutchings. She's the only person who got a hit in the last game. There's only 1 hit. Down will be high to Hutchings, ball one. Hutchings, a center fielder. Runners on second and third, 2 down, 4-2. Gunnison with a 2-run advantage. Hutchings swing and a miss, strike one. That ball I think would have caught the outside corner. Great pitch. Knudsen takes her time. There's Hutchings, and she'll do a line drive into left field. That'll score one, likely two. Here's the play at the plate. Not going to be in time. And Hallie Hutchings with a 2 RBI single in the first inning. She ties up this game as she hits a liner into left center field. And Hutchings will pick up that single and the 2 RBIs. So now our score goes to 4-4. There we go, Atkin. So it's going to be Hallie Hutchings on first. She's the only one left on the base path. Howerton up on the plate. First pitch is ball one for Brindley Howerton. Howerton batting .269, 6 RBIs on the season. Howerton, a junior. She's the designated player for the Beavers. Howerton check swing, fouls it off. Strike 1-1. So if you like runs, this is good. 4-4, these two teams, as the winner moves on to play against the winner of Parowan and Millard for a chance to play the loser of the first semifinal championship game. Howerton swings at an off-speed pitch, beautifully done by Knudsen. Couldn't slow the bat. Strike two. 1-2 the count. Two hits in the inning so far for Beaver. Runner at first. Howerton will hit it straight up the line to Pickett. Pickett throws over and makes the play. So that was a 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So at the end of one, we're all tied up 4-4. The Beavers score 4 runs on 2 hits with 1 player left on and 1 error. We'll be back with second inning action after this.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Welcome back. Scott Langford here with you with Gunnison Bulldogs and the Beaver Beavers. And right now it's 4-4 as we start the top of the second inning. And at the top of the second will be the start right back at the top of the order with Riley Dyring. She walked in her first appearance at the plate in this game. So I talked to Dennis Aldridge behind us. There's 2 home runs for each team, as he clarified. We were talking about how many home runs. First was fouled off, strike 1 for Dyring. But it's Manti and Grantsville. Excuse me, that is not correct. It is Grantsville and Grand. And so it's 4-2 right now with Grantsville in the lead. And both teams with 2 home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, right back to the pitcher through the legs. And that will be a It's a tough one. Since the glove couldn't come back, I would probably say a hit. Okay. So we'll get a leadoff single for Riley Dyring. It's one of those, a little bit hard. So close, right? Yeah. Knudsen out the plate, and she hit last time. This one's up there deep and will be out there. A 2-run home run for Kennedy Knudsen. That's her second home run of the game and the second for the Gunnison Bulldogs. I talked about how many home runs they had, and they've just added to their totals as she knocks a 2-run shot over left center. No chance for that one for anybody to rob a home run. That one was just too far. And now it's 6-4, just like that. No outs for the Beavers. And we're going to have a pitching change. We'll take a break while they warm up the pitcher, Aubrey Murdoch.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Welcome back. All kinds of excitement. We've got home runs all over the place and big plays as Canyon View with a big play on their game. So now it's junior Aubrey Murdoch, first appearance in the state tournament. Hawkins takes a rest, and her first pitch will be a ball to leave Lexi Kiesel. So ball one. She flew out to center field in her last at bat. The pitch. Down the middle, strike one. Fouled off on the left side. So Gunnison Bulldogs already with 2 home runs in the game, one by Kennedy Knudsen and one by Raven Pickett. And Kiesel steps back in, 1-1. Pitch is high, ball 2. So 2-1 the count. There's a hit to Moon at first base. She'll walk over and step on the bag. So for Lexi Kiesel, it'll be a 3 unassisted for out number 1. And that'll bring up Raven Pickett. Of course, she hit one over right field, the right field fence in her last at bat. And she has 3 RBIs already. Pitch to Pickett. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Pitch is swing and a miss, a little bit of probably of a high ball, and that one's going to hit the roof right in front of us. 1-1 the count. One down, 6-4. Gunnison with a 2-run lead over the number 4 Gunnison and number 3 Beaver. Pickett will take a check swing. Moon picks it up. Same result. She'll step on the bag, and that's it. 3 unassisted for out number 2. We'll bring up Miley Ha'o, and she hit a shot to left field her last at bat, which was a stand-up double for Ha'o, the catcher for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Shout out to our broadcast partner, Brett Jackson, if he happens to be watching along. Wish him the best. So there's Ha'o. First pitch is a ball. Ball 1. Too far outside for Ha'o. Murdoch with the pitch. That one's going to be hit to center field and going to drop in for a base hit. Beautifully done. Ha'o now 2 for 2 with a single. A 2-out single in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd, I should say. So get a pinch runner in for Ha'o. And then, so now it'll be Bentley King. King hit to the shortstop in her last attempt. So 0 for 1. Here's pitches up, and it's going to be high. Pass ball will allow the pinch runner to go to second base. So King with a 1-0 count. going to be a foul ball. So strike two, strike 1-1. Top of three. Yep. Swing and a miss for Bentley King. There's going to be an overthrow, and that's going to allow that's going to allow the pinch runner to go to third base. So now runner in on third base with 2 outs. Bentley King with a 2-2 count. There's the pitch, and down in the dirt. I believe that's full. Nope, just 2-2. My bad. Murdoch with the pitch. Swing and a miss. So 6-4 when we come back.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Welcome back. In the bottom of the second inning, it's not the third, it's the second inning, bottom of the second inning. It is going to be number 21, Elisa, who will bat for Albrecht. Talia Elisa, sophomore. On the season, Elisa batting .217 with 9 RBIs and 2 home runs for Albrecht, yes. So far in the game, top of the first, Gunnison scored 4, and then 2 in the top of the second. Beaver scored 4 in the bottom of the first, and now look to answer in the bottom of the second. Here's a pitch to Elisa. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Next up, back to top of the order for the Beavers will be Kinsley Carter. Pitch for Elisa in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-1 the count. Knudsen takes her time. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is going to be high. A little uncharacteristic for Knudsen. There's quite a few pass balls. She's an awesome pitcher. So 2-1 the count, Elisa. She's subbing in for Albrecht. There's the pitch, and that one in the dirt for Kennedy. So 3-1, the batter's count for Elisa. And 1, here it is. It's going to be strike 2 as she catches the bottom edge of the strike zone. So now the count is full. The payoff pitch coming for Talia Elisa. Here's the full count pitch from Knudsen. She'll bring it in and take a base as it was inside. So ball 4 Leadoff batter aboard for the Beavers. Brings us back top of the order to Kinsley Carter, the shortstop for the Beavers. Her last at bat, she hit a single deep to the shortstop. Couldn't make the play, and Carter outran the throw. Well, the shortstop made the play. Carter just outran the throw. First pitch coming for Carter. Squares to bunt. Nothing there. Ball one. The second baseman on the fly over to help cover first base as the first base was charging towards the plate. See if Carter squares to bunt again. Just want to know the count. She does, and that one's outside. Elisa's going to go, and she'll slide in safely. So Elisa now moves into scoring position. Carter with a 2-0 count. Carter with Elisa on second now, 2-0. Now it's going to be down the dirt. Nicely picked up by the catcher, Ha-Oh. Nice job. Carter 3-0. Now it's the batter's count for Kinsley Carter. There's the pitch for Carter. She'll turn and fire. Strike one, and third base steal by Elisa. An aggressive base running by the Beavers, and Elisa safely in at third. And 3-1 the count for Kinsley Carter. Knudsen with the 3-1 pitch to Carter. Here it comes. And Carter swings at the last minute. She looks down at the ground. The count is full. I don't know if that would have been a strike or a ball, but it doesn't matter. She swung at it. All right, count full. Payoff pitch for Kinsley Carter coming. She'll foul it off on the left side. Stays alive. Count remains full. Knudsen takes the long count from coach of the Bulldogs and steps back in. Full count again for Carter. Carter hits it up to left field, and it's going to make the play. Elisa tags up and will come back. Great throw. Great job by the left fielder. Coach Dallin Bradshaw told Elisa, no, come on back, so was able to do so. That brings up Caitlin Lim. Lim got on error last time. Error on the right fielder. She hit it right to the fence in right field. And she did score. Pitches up and out. Ball one for Caitlin Lim. Some of the pitchers, we watched Chris Jansen, Enterprise versus Beaver. Chris Jansen just fires. That game goes quick. Knudsen takes her time between each pitch. Here's the pitch, and Lim. And it looks like it hit the batter. It's kind of interesting because it looked like it was a foul ball, but I couldn't see it. Look, no one's complaining. Oh, maybe they are going to look at it, so. Lim took it in the thigh. So we'll see what the official call is. So she will stay on first base, so hit by pitch. So Lim moves to first with Elisa on third. So runners at the corners with one out. And that will bring up Star Moon. The umpire will talk to coach of the Gunnison Bulldogs. Get an explanation. And they'll have another conference with the other official, the other field ump. So now the other one will join. So a mini conference here on the left side of the circle for this game. The question is whether Caitlin Lim ends up with a strike or remains hit by pitch. As the coach wanted a discussion about this, the three will get together and come up with the best decision they can. We couldn't see exactly what happened from behind the plate as we were screened out by Caitlin's body as she turned. So we'll see what the final designation is. Now Lim, to her credit, just turned and ran to first base, so she thought she was hit by the pitch. Not that that means a whole lot, but she is on first base. So they are going to leave the call exactly how it was. So Lim does go to first on the hit by pitch, and it will be Star Moon up to the plate. The Beavers with runners at the corners with one out. Moon walked on her. She was hit by the pitch in the first inning. That is the third batter hit by pitch in this game. Moon steps in. Pitch will be on the outside corner, strike one. Star steps back in. Still runners at the corners. That was right down the middle. Star swings at that one. Strike two. 2-0. Now the pitcher's count on the batter, Moon. So 0-2 now, protect time for Star Moon. The Beavers respecting the catcher, Ha-Oh, and not stealing with the runners on the corners. And that is going to hit. That's the second hit by pitch for Star Moon. And so she was hit in the first inning, now hit in the second inning. So she goes to first base. Now the base is loaded for Lindsey Pender, the sophomore cleanup hitter. Bats in the fourth position. Again, the score, 6 for the Gunnison Bulldogs, 4 for the Lady Beavers. But the Beavers with the bases juiced and one out. So Pender steps in. She got on a fielder's choice last inning. Pender, ball down, and it's going to go. And here comes Elisa. Elisa will walk in on the pass ball. A rare pass ball allowed by Ha-Oh, and moves runners to second and third. So Talia Lisa comes in. Lim goes to third, and Moon goes to second. So the force is off with Pender and the 1-0 count. Pender steps in. Score 6-5 now. An unearned run for the Beavers. That one's high and out. Ball two. So the batter ahead in the count, 2-0. Knudsen takes her time. Here's the windup. Pitch is going to be ball three. So 3-0 for Pender. We'll see what Coach Dallin Bradshaw, what his philosophy is on the 3-0 pitch. We were talking about that between games, the philosophy of the 3-0 pitch. And we just don't know sometimes. That will be strike one, 3-1. So the philosophy has to be similar. So 3-1 the count. More instructions from the third base coach, Bradshaw. There's Pender. Now it might be the same spot, strike two. Yep, it is. So now a full count. Very consistent. So full count for Lindsey Pender. Runners on second and third. 1 out. Pitch fouled off. That would have been the same exact spot, and Lindsay fouls that one off. Stays alive. So the count remains full for Pender. And that ball's high, so that's going to be a walk. The bases are loaded again. And that brings up Sam Atkins. She walked in her last at-bats, and now the coach for the Bulldogs will come out to talk to Knudsen. And a little different. Knudsen's control is usually just stellar, and she's struggling just a little bit with the pitch counts. A few more pass balls than we're used to seeing from Kennedy. Phenomenal softball player. So the coach of the Bulldogs just says, hey, calm down. I don't think there'll be a pitching change. I think she's just settling down her senior hurler. Yeah. Wendy makes a good point that, three games yesterday for the Gunnison Lady Bulldogs. This may be their first game today, but it's the fourth game in the tournament. And so Beavers have only played 2 in the tournament, so they've got one more advantage. Yep. So, okay, Knudsen stays on the mound, and that brings up Sam Atkin. Atkin was hit by the pitch on her last bat. So it's been 3 straight walks for Kennedy Knudsen. And that's loaded the bases for the Lady Beavers. Down by 1, 6-5, but bases loaded, 1 out. And here's Atkin. Pitch from Knudsen's outside, but a swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Atkin. She took a healthy swing at that one. There's the 0-1 pitch. And it's going to be Atkin with a beautiful hit off the line, and she will go to second base. They'll throw back to the pitcher, and that scores 2 as Sam Atkin with a 2 RBI single that she stretches into a double. Or was that a double? Double. So she hits a flat-out double. So that scores Lim. And Moon puts Pender on third base. So Pender on third, Atkin on second. And that brings up the batter, Marshall. Marshall hit to the second baseman. Now the Beavers have their first lead of the game, 7-6. And there's a bunt going to go down the line. Nicely done, just a little bit with a spin goes foul. So 0-1 the count for Marshall. Addie, another senior for the Beavers. So still 1 out. Marshall steps in and misses strike 2. Turns to bunt, went after it, but didn't make contact. Good job by the catcher. Trying to move those batters on second and third. 0-2 the count, the pitcher's count to Addie Marshall. Marshall steps in. This keeps up. We're going to have a 20-18 ball game. And Marshall's going to hit into the gap, into center, and that'll be a base hit that'll score 2 runs. So a 2 RBI hit by Addie Marshall. And she gets a single, and the Beavers take a 3-run lead as Pender and Atkin come into the plate. So that's now 5 runs in the inning for the Beavers on 1-2 hits. I'll bring up Hallie Hutchings. Hutchings hit a single, and I think we will see a pitching change for the Gunnison Bulldogs, and we will. We'll take a short break while they warm up the pitcher.
Jones and DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Big thanks to Jackson for running the tricorder today, and Lexi Kiesel will replace Knudsen as the pitcher for the Gunnison Lady Bulldogs. And Knudsen tired, she'll move to second base and change places with Kiesel. And now it'll be Hallie Hutchings stepping up. She hit a single with 2 RBIs in the first inning. And she's got a runner on first base. That's Addie Marshall. 1 out. The Beavers leading 9-6. Hutchings hits another shot into the left center, and that's going to be a stand-up double at least for Hallie Hutchings. Marshall will stay at third, and another double for Hallie. The same exact situation, the same exact hit. She hits a double. Marshall to third. Now, Brindley Howerton, I believe. Yep, Howerton steps in. Howerton hit to the third baseman, Raven Pickett, in the first inning to end the inning. Howerton squares to bunt and will be foul. So strike 1 for the junior. There's Kiesel getting ready with the pitch. Howerton, that pitch high, ball 1-1. Gunnison takes her time on the pitch count. Howerton hits to the shortstop. The shortstop goes across. That's going to be an RBI for Brindley Howerton. And Hallie Hutchings will steal into third base. Boy, what a strong throw by the first baseman over to the third. Hutchings had to slide in to get safely, but Howerton with an RBI sacrifice. So 2 outs now for the Beavers, and they will start. This is their, so Talia Lisa started this inning. Oh, and actually I think it'll be Albrecht who steps in. So yep, Albrecht back in the game. Casey Albrecht. Talia Lisa batted for her during the first at-bats this inning. She walked. There's Albrecht. Albrecht with a swing and a miss, strike 1. So the count goes to 1-1. Still in the bottom of 2. Albrecht with a check swing, not out of play, but just a foul ball up the right side. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Ball comes in from the outfield. Pitch off speed and outside. So the count even at 2 for Albrecht. We'll give you a Beaver score on the baseball side of things here in a minute. And here's a hit out of play, so the count remains. Let's see, what is it, 2-2? Yeah, I think 2-2. Oh, is it over? Kanab was ahead of the Beavers early on. Yep, Kanab Cowboys defeat the Beavers 4-2, so the Beavers season ends. Eliminated by the Kanab Cowboys. And then Albrecht, she'll get a hit back to the pitcher, and that'll do it. So the Beavers score 6 runs. Let's see, 6 runs on, I believe, 2 hits, 3 hits, and 1 left on, and no errors. So after the 2 complete innings, it's the Beavers 10 and the Gunnison Bulldogs 6.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back, Scott Langford here from the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. 10-6 our score as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Aubrey Murdoch on the mound, well in the circle for the Lady Beavers. And it will be Jaquel Sorensen up for the Bulldogs. She walked in her first appearance at the plate. A lot of runs scored, 16 already in these first 2 innings. Okay, stepping in is Sorensen, your center fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitches in and fouled off, strike 1. Good game in the 3A classification with Canyon View 4-3, 3-3. Tied up with Juab. Top of the 9th. Wow. So top of the 9th inning for Canyon View and Juab. One and 1 the count for Sorensen. That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. So 2-1 now. Oh, okay. So bottom of the 9th, 4-3. Juab has to score to keep that this one going. So 3-1 for Sorensen. 3-1 pitch, fouled off, so now the count is full. Murdoch battles back, and the payoff pitch coming for Jaquel Sorensen. There's a pitch hit, fly ball to the second baseman. That one kept floating, but Sam Atkin makes the adjustment and the catch. So first out of the inning. F4 for out number 1 to bring up Maggie Bartholomew, your right fielder. She flew out. No, she got on an error in the last inning. So 0-1 in the afternoon. Maggie playing right field for Gunnison. Ball's low. Ball 1. Ball comes in. Ball 2. Also low. It was the right and left, just not the right up and down. Strike 1. Just barely cut the bottom half of the strike zone. So the count now 2-1. Inside, ball 3. So 3-1 the count. The batter with the favor on this one. There's the 3-1 pitch from Murdoch. Now will be a ball 4, so the base runner on. Bartholomew goes to first. There's some pretty exciting stuff going on around here. Here, Lachelle Moss in the background. Yeah, we're a little boring in comparison. That brings up Riley Dyring, batting from the left side. She has a single and a walk, so 1 for 1 with that walk. And here's the pitch. It's going to be up, ball 1. This is actually Hadley McDonald, so ball 1. Pitch is going to be hit up the middle, and it's going to be fielded by Atkin, and she will tag out the runner and throw over to first, but not in time. So 4 unassisted, and this will be a fielder's choice for Hadley McDonald. And another home run for Dennis Aldridge calls it Home Run City with Manti and Grantsville. No, let's see, it'll be Grantsville and Grand. 5th home run, he says. Now it's the leadoff batter, Riley Dyring. She has a single and a walk. Pitch comes in, strike 1. Runner on first with 2 outs. Neither team has really tested the catcher's arms yet, and won't have a chance again either. Dyring will advance on the pass ball, so the count goes to 1-1. 2 very effective catchers have effectively held the base runners from advancing too far. Only on pass balls has a lot of movement occurred. Pitch is high. That'll be ball 2, 2-1. McDonald's in scoring position on second base. 2 outs, though. Pitch is going to come in also high. So 3-1 by my count. And that's going to be a walk. So ball 4. So runners now on first and second. Still 2 outs. Kennedy Knutson, she put one out of here, her last at bat. So she is now 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. Kennedy steps up to the plate on the left side. Murdoch with the off-speed pitch, no good. Albrecht almost throws back behind the batter, decides not to. Ball 1. 10-6 Beaver with 4-run lead, but Gunnison threatening with runners on first and second. Knutson will take ball 2 on the inside. And the catcher throws down that time. Almost catches the runner, but she got back safely. McDonald did. So it'll be 2-0. Knutson steps in. High, ball 3, 3-0. Caitlin Lynn comes over and encourages her pitcher. Says, hey, you're okay. Keep going. Goes back to third. And that was going to be a ball 4, so the runner will go 2. The bases will go full. Still 2 outs. All this has happened while there's been 2 outs. So you've got Dyring on second, McDonald on third, and now Knutson on first. And Coach Dal Bradshaw will come out to talk to his pitcher. We'll take a short break during the conference.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Okay, welcome back. Ball 1, and that's going to allow a run to score on the pass ball. So that will bring in McDonald as Gunnison cuts into the lead. Runners move to second and third. Dyring on third, Knutson on second, and it is ball 1 on Kiesel. Kiesel 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Ball's high. So 2 balls. Yeah, it does. There's going to be a hit up the middle. That's a beautiful hit by Kiesel. And she's going to go in. That will be a single for Kiesel. She'll move over to third. She will get to third base, but Kiesel knocks in 2 runners. And the lead is cut to 1. 1 run, 10-9 now. After the 2 RBI single by Lexi Kiesel. That'll bring up Raven Pickett for Gunnison Valley. Runner on third in scoring position. It's 10-9. It's a score fest. These two teams, you can see a little bit of fatigue in both the pitching and the fielding. Pitch Pickett outside, ball 1. So the count 3-0 to Raven Pickett. Actually, it was 2-0, I think. Yep, 2-0. Lexi Kiesel's on third. Wow, they came back to win it, huh? Yeah, they did, over Canyon View. There's a pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-1 the count. Just a runner on third. It's been 2 outs for a while. And Pickett will take a big swing and a foul ball. So strike 2, counts full for Raven Pickett. Pickett is 1 for 2 with a home run, 3-run homer in the first inning, and then hit to the first baseman, their second at bat. Pickett with a swing, foul ball. She gets a piece of it. So the count stays full. Pickett continues to battle. Pickett, the 4th batter in the order, so she's the cleanup hitter. Murdoch comes with another pitch, and that one will be right down the middle, over to Lim. Lim across to first base. Great scoop by Star Moon, as that was a grounder she had to field. And so great job by her. That's the Beavers out of the inning, but not until the Gunnison Bulldogs score 3 runs on 1 hit with 1 batter left on. As we go into the bottom of the third, it's 10-9 Beaver when we come back.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the third inning. It's 10-9 and already 19 runs in this one. And a lot of fun. If you like a lot of hits or a lot of scoring, this is the game to watch. So already 6 hits for Gunnison and 5 for the Beavers as we start the bottom of the third. For the Beavers will be Kinsley Carter, the leadoff batter for the Lady Beavers, facing Kiesel. That ball is going to be upstairs, ball 1. Carter 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to left field. That one will be a ball, low, ball 2. So 2-0 the count. These later games get a little bit tiring for pitchers. And wow, as Kinsley Carter turns on that one, but it's going to be foul off the left side. 2-1 the count. She connected squarely just ahead of the pitch a ways. Two and one the count. Pitch is going to be in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-1. Hitters count for Kinsley Carter. And a walk. So it'll be a leadoff walk for Kinsley Carter. And that'll bring up Caitlin Lim. She was hit by the pitch and 0 for 1. Besides that, there was an error on the right fielder as she hit the first one to the fence. Lim has scored both times. She'll step in. There's Caitlin Lim's third appearance in 3 innings. Pitch is down, ball 1. I think everybody's just a little bit tired. The pitching a little bit inconsistent so far in this one for both teams. And no one there in second base. That ball will go out to center field. Good backup by the center fielder. Just a miscommunication as Kinsley Carter will still second base. She leads the team with, I think that's steal number 30 on the season. Yep, 2-0 the count. And Carter gets back quickly. Beautiful throw by Ha'o. So 3-0 though. The hitters count for Lim, and they're going to, apparently they want an appeal. I didn't think that one was very close, but they did say that the runner was safe. Maybe they're asking if she left early. Oh, I gotcha. Here's Lim with a 3-0 count. She'll turn and fake bunt and hits it right off her fingers as she tries to pull back. She shakes her head. That hurts. Strike 1. I had a coach once that told me the minute someone squares the bunt, just throw it right at them. So another home run on this other field. There's Lim with a hit, a deep hit, and the left center field is going to hit the fence. That'll bring Carter around. She turns third, comes towards home. Stand-up double for Caitlin Lim. The ball seems to be carrying on all these fields. So an RBI for Caitlin Lim pushes the lead to 2 runs now, 11-9. And Star Moon back up at the plate. She's been hit by the pitch both times. She'll have her third at bat. Moon swing, strike 1. Moon's got the power to hit it deep when she connects. 0-1 the count for Star. Ooh, nearly a beanball for Moon as she ducks it. So 1-1 the count. That was up and in. I don't think it's like the major leagues, though. No intent. Moon hits a deep ball, but it's going to be a pop-up, basically, to center field. And it will be an out. So Moon hits a fly ball to the center fielder for out number 1. That leaves Lim on second base. Here's Lindsay Pender, the sophomore, hitting the 4th position. And Pender got on a fielder's choice and a base on ball, so she's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. That ball's high. Ball one. The winner of this one will play another game at 3 p.m. It's a grueling feat to get back up into the championship game. So more softball coming for one of these two teams. That one's in the dirt, so it'll be a ball, and that'll move Lim to third base. Pender with a 2-0 count. One down, runner on third. Here's Pender with the 2-0 count. That pitch will be inside, ball 3, 3-0. So typically on 3-0, Beavers have been showing bunt and then pulling it off at the last minute, but this time it'll be right down the middle. Pender doesn't even flinch, 3-1 the count. Nice pitch by Kiesel. Pender up the left field line. That one will go foul. Just barely. And so the count is full now. 3-2 the count to Pender with one out. Lim stays on third base. Seems like she's been out there a long time. All these batters have been deep into the pitch count except for Moon. Oh, Lindsey Pender, he'll hit one to left field high in the air, and that will be an out as Lim tags up, comes home. That pushes the lead to 12-9 on the sacrifice fly by Lindsey Pender. So another RBI for Pender. Second out, Lim comes in. Bases are now clear for Sam Atkin. They're going to appeal. So Lim will score. Sam Atkin with 1 for 1. Yep, 12. I think. Yes, 12. I was looking down. Did you see what happened? Base hit. Base hit by Atkin. And now it'll be Addie Marshall up to the plate for the Beavers. Another runner on the bases, 2 outs. Atkin on first. Strike one. Stepping back in is Marshall with the 0-1 count. Lots of time between pitches for these two teams. That one might have caught the corner, and it does. Strike 2. Umpire's been consistent with that one. Whether you think it's outside or inside, it's consistently called. That's what matter. That's what matters. Sam Atkin will go to third on the bobble by the catcher. Marshall steps back out. 1-2 the count. That off-speed pitch, probably tough for Marshall not to take a cut at that one. Pitch is high. Evens the count at 2-2. 12-9, Beaver with a 3-run lead. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Marshall will hit, and the shortstop comes across. Can she make the play? She does. Really nicely done. And Gunnison gets out of the inning. So the Beavers score 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 hits, rather. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, and 1 runner left on. So at the end of 4, it's 12 for Beaver High School, 9 for Gunnison Valley.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Welcome back. We start at the top of the 5th inning for the Gunnison Bulldogs. It will be Miley Ha'o, who will start with King and Sorensen on deck and in the hole. Aubrey Murdoch stays in the circle for the Beavers. The catcher, Miley Ha'o. She's done a great job behind the plate. We're just talking about the games, the scoring of the games in this round are starting to climb up. So there we go. First batter of this 5th inning. Oh, fourth inning. I've done that like 3 times. So 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Murdoch steps in now. Ha'o. There's the pitch, and going to be hit to the third baseman. Nice hit. That will be a single for Ha'o. That's 3 in a row. 3 for 3 for Miley Ha'o. And she hits one into left field. So the runner's aboard. Leadoff batter. And that will bring up Bentley King. We'll have a runner for the catcher. And Bentley King comes up to the plate. King is 0 for 2 in the game. We'll have another opportunity now. Pitch is down and picked up. The runner goes and makes it in time after the bobble. So a stolen base for the substitute runner. Probably not a stolen base, probably a pass ball. King with a foul ball. So 1-1 the count to Bentley King. Try to get a score on the Parowan and Millard game. 4-1. I think Millard with the lead. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2. There's a hit back to the pitcher. Is going to get passed into the field, and that's going to score. That's going to score the pinch runner, so the Gunnison Bulldogs score first in this top of the 5th inning, and that cuts the lead to 12-10. No outs. Runner on first is King. Jaquel Sorensen up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. Sorensen, the center fielder. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Sorensen. Ball. So 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Sorensen. This game has slowed down a bit. 2-1. Swing and a strike. 2. 2-2 the count. 12-10 Beavers on top, but the tying run at the plate with no outs in this top of the 4th inning. So now the Millard Eagles eliminate the Parowan Rams And there's going to be a hit, and it's going to be, it's going to get past the center fielder. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Bentley King's going to turn the corner and go home. So that was a base hit with an error for Jaquel Sorensen, so she gets a single. And she'll go all the way around to third, and the score for Bentley King as she goes from first. That cuts the lead to 1, 12-11. And Albrecht will walk out and talk to Murdoch. That was a tough play for Hutchings as it was kind of in that no-man land. Does she dive for it or not? Got a little bit close, and then you can't adjust. And that's exactly what happened. So 12-11. 2-2 the count. No pitches for this one. And up to bat will be number 44, Maggie Bartholomew, and that's ball 1. Going to be a fouled off. That's strike 1. So 1-1 to Maggie Bartholomew. 12-11. The tying run is on third. The go-ahead run at the plate. We're in the top of the fourth. 12-11. Beaver on top. Gunnison threatening. There's Murdoch with the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss for Bartholomew. 1-2 the count. And it's going to be a foul ball. That was close to the third baseline. There's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. The off speed got Bartholomew. So the first out of the inning is a strikeout. And Maggie a little upset as she took a slow swing at a big pitch. 1 out. Runner on third, 12-11, Beaver on top. And it's going to be another foul ball. So for Hadley McDonald, 0-1 the count. Welcome Pepper Gale back to the broadcast. Here in a minute we'll update on the other game. There's going to be a hit back to the pitcher, and that's out. No, it's going to be an error. And so that will be Hadley McDonald gets on an error, and that will score. And we're all tied up at 12 as Sorensen comes in for the run. Talk about what happened on the other field, Pepper. Hang on one sec. Okay. After this batter, we'll talk about it. Give me 1 second. Yep. That pitch is going to come in for a ball. Ball 1. One and 1 the count. And the hit to the second baseman. Over to second, to first. Not in time, but they did get the lead runner at second base. So 4-6 for the second out. And Dyring on the fielder's choice will be at first base. Okay, talk to me about what happened in the game over there.
Game with Millard and Parowan went by very, very quickly. Millard eliminating the Rams, and 4-1. So they will face the winner of this game in a little bit.
Knudsen up at the plate. And Knudsen on the afternoon is 2 for 3 with a home run, actually 3 for 3. A home run and 2 singles is what I have. Here's the pitch. Knudsen back to the pitcher, and this could end the inning, and it does. So the third out as 1-3 for number 3. So the Gunnison Bulldogs put 3 on the Beavers. They tie it up, and they get 3 runs on 3 hits with 1 runner left on and 1 error. So we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th after these messages on Centricom Channel 10.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local Jane Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
Welcome back, Scott Langford Peppergale. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's 12-12. A lot of scoring here in this one.
Yeah, and it's I mean, my game is already over. The Millard and Parowan game, here we are, the bottom of the 4th, and 24 runs already scored. So definitely an offensive battle for these two teams.
And essentially starting over, except for the Beavers do have one extra at bat coming up. We'll start off with Hallie Hutchings in this bottom of the 4th inning. She is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And Hallie has, I think, 4 RBIs already in the game. Kiesel will stay in the circle for Gunnison Valley. The umpire will take a quick water break. And now we're ready to go.
It was freezing yesterday. Well, not necessarily freezing, but it was cold.
Nice and warm today.
Hot today.
Yeah. So here we go. First pitch of the bottom of the 4th to Hallie Hutchings is a ball 1. Hutchings steps back in. The pitch is going to be inside, ball 2. Hutchings turns and looks away.
Smart of Hutchings not to, take a cut at that ball.
It's tempting.
I don't know. The inside pitch is tempting to swing at.
Yeah, because you can drive it up the left field line, but you have to get out in front of it. And there's ball 3 for Hutchings. So Hutchings with the pitcher's count of 3-0. Does Coach Dallin Bradshaw say swing away, or does she say wait?
I don't know. I'm kind of laughing because he looks like Mr. Clean over there. So Dallin, sorry not to casting no shade as Hallie Hutchings walks, but just looking over at you in all white kind of reminded me of Mr. Clean. So anyway, sorry about that squirrel moment.
Okay. Well, Hutchings gets on with the walks. The leadoff batter on the base path. Howerton now up for the Beavers. Howerton is 0 for 2 with an RBI at her last at bat as she knocks in Atkin. Here comes Brindley. Pitches up and outside, ball 1.
Hutchings not even getting a couple feet off the bag before she came back, not wanting to get thrown out first.
Yeah, she had that before.
Oh, she did?
In the last game. Yesterday.
Oh.
There's a swing and a miss for Howerton. Count is 1-1.
There's a lot of white on that field today.
There is. All white uniforms for the Lady Beavers. White tops for Gunnison. Walk. And a swing, strike 2. Kind of a check swing for Howerton. She couldn't decide whether she really wanted to do that.
Yeah, once you commit, you should probably just swing hard and through. But now she's got 2 strikes and a ball. She's going to have to come at Kiesel.
Howerton. And again, a little bit of a hesitation on that swing. Strike out for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up Albrecht to the plate. Albrecht flew out to the pitcher, and then Talia Lisa walked. So 0 for 1 for Albrecht.
This is her second at bat this game?
Second. Again, Hutchings on first, 1 out. Lots of time between pitches for the Gunnison Bulldogs. It's going to be foul on the left side, out the left field line.
You can see Pickett just charging on that bunt very quickly as well on third base for Gunnison.
Yeah, she's done a nice job on bunts. She's been in there quickly. Not sure what they're talking about. Not in a hurry today on this game. This is slow. Gotta speed this up a little.
Announcer cannot control the tempo of the game, Scotty.
No, I like the fast pace. Let's get going. Strike for Albrecht. So that the count is 0-2.
I think the other games are about in the same innings, too. 4th and 5th inning and 5th. So, yeah, you're right. This is the slowest game so far of this, I guess, series.
Here's the pitch, and did she go? They're going to check and say she did not, so it'll be a ball. 1-2. That was close.
So hesitation by some of the batters from Beaver, where they're just not committing.
Pitch to Albrecht. That will be a ball, so we even the count at 2-2.
Off-speed pitch just dropped in front of the plate, and Albrecht knowing not to swing at that one. And the umpire going to talk to somebody about something.
There must be something going on up the baseline as he's going to talk to someone.
Take this opportunity to do a sponsor shout out.
Yeah.
Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, Sam Pete Still in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Beaver Medical Clinic, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Jones and DeMille Engineering, and Town and Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. So thank you to our sponsors, and also huge shout out to Barrett Hilton and the crew for helping us get this game, all these games broadcasted. It takes a lot of us to get it done, and we appreciate all who make it possible. Saying they batted out of order?
I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, I don't see it on the scorebook. And so the umpire will talk to now the Gunnison coach. I have no idea what that was about. Wendy, anything? All right, just confusion here in the box. No, I've got 2-2 as well. Okay, it's a full count, so they did add another ball. But I don't know why. That pitch is going to be high, ball 4. Okay, now he said 3-2.
Now we did.
Now it's 3-3. He's got 3-3. Did you see 3-3? It was 3-3. I saw it. The count is extra full. That's a ball. So ball 4. Albrecht will go to first base. 4-4. And Hutchings is on second base. And now we got Kinsley Carter. Top of the order back for the Beavers. We're all tied at 12 in the bottom of a 4th inning in this fast-paced game. We're working on it. We're working on it. Let's go. I was just talking earlier in the broadcast that, softball, that energy and how fast, and this is like a baseball game. I know it. Here we go. Here's a pitch, and in the dirt, ball 1. So Carter, the leadoff batter for the Beavers. And this afternoon, she's 1 for 2 with a walk. Carter steps back in. Here's the pitch. That will be inside. Ball 2. 2-0. Kiesel struggling just a little bit with control, as is the Beaver pitching as well. Everybody's just a little bit tired after all these games.
And I love the effort of Meili Ha'o behind the plate, the freshman catcher. She
really
does a great job behind the plate.
Ooh, that's got to be a strike. It is. Strike 1. So 2-1. Carter might have wanted to swing at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Carter swung at that one. 2-2. Counts even now. She got under that one. A little bit on the handle.
With only 1 out and runners, at first and second, Beaver really needs to try to get a base hit or something to try to advance some runners because, again, the score is tied at 12.
Carter's going to hit to the second baseman. 1 and no chance for the second one. So that's out number 2. As Albrecht will be thrown out at second base. So Carter gets on the fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with Lim at the plate. Lim last time hit a double. She is now 1-for-2 with a walk and another home run on the other field. It's been a home run fest. I don't know if you could hear all those. It's home run after home run.
3A is home run city.
Yep, it is. That's what Dennis said.
Yeah.
Owen, ball one for Lim.
And has there been a home run on this game?
There's been 2 by the Gunnison Bulldogs. And it was Knutson and Pickett. Yep. Going to try to make a play at that. That was going to go into the outfield. And play at home is not going to happen. Hutchings comes in, and the Beavers retake the lead.
And just again, an unearned run on an error on a throw down that just didn't work out, which is kind of surprising that they would throw down to second with a runner on third anyway. Well,
and not really anybody there. The shortstop and the second baseman weren't expecting it either.
Right.
So. Pitch outside to Lim. So 2 balls with Lim. Wait for the pitch call to come in. 2 balls. No, that's 4 balls, actually.
The game is so fast-paced,
wow.
You cannot keep up with the count.
Let's go. Okay, now Star Moon steps in. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 13-12. It's a barn burner here on field 4. Let's go. Kiesel sets up. There's the pitch, and that one will be inside. Ball 1. And they nice. You can't get too far off that base.
No.
She's got a cannon for an arm.
And she doesn't hesitate either.
No.
And she's a freshman. I can't wait to watch this girl because she is just phenomenal behind the plate. And the first, second, third baseman, they have to be ready for that throw.
They do. She can throw it. Pitch, and Moon turns on that one. Left field line, foul. Strike 1. 1-1 the count to Star Moon. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Beavers by 1, 13-12. It's pretty much been one team scores, the other one catches up. Then the other team scores, the other one catches up. And that's the way it's been for 4 innings so far. One on one the count to Moon. Moon turns on that one. That'll be a base hit. That'll be an RBI for Star Moon. Make that 2 RBIs as she gets a double. And she'll go in standing up. Star Moon with a 2-run double.
Beautiful hit by Moon, batting in the number 3rd position, clearing the bases. She's setting at second, and now Beaver, I think it's 15-12, so 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
Lindsay Pender up to bat, and Pender in the game is 0-for-2 with a walk. Moon in scoring position on second base, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Pender swings and fouls it off, strike 1.
Another home run on the 3A field.
Yeah. I got to have the chairman check out some scores for me when between innings. Here comes the pitch to Pender. Pender hits it on the left side. That one is a foul ball. Wow, that was as close as you can get. From our perspective, it was whatever the umpire called it.
Fortunately for
Gunnison.
Because
there's no way we could have told.
Fortunate for Gunnison, it goes foul. Unfortunate for Beavers. That was a nice drive by Pender.
Yeah. 0-2 for Lindsay. She'll step back in. Again, Moon on second, 2 down. And the ball low in the dirt. Ball 1-2. And you can see Moon gets back immediately. She does not spend a whole lot of time running. She doesn't pause, does she?
Oh, no. And Haho will not give you a second to walk back lackadaisically either.
Pitch Kiesel is high. Back to Kiesel. So 2-2 the count. It's going to be low and pass ball. Ha'o couldn't find it, so Moon walks into third base now with the count full for Lindsey Pender. Keese goes back to the circle.
Full count. Moon threatening to score on third. This is a pretty big at bat for the sophomore. Pretty big pitch.
Here it comes. Full count. Pitch is going to be out, and Pender will walk. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Atkin back up for the Beavers. Atkin is now 2 for 2 with a double and a single and a walk in this one. And they're going to they'll do a runner for Pender, the left fielder. Matt, give us a score update.
10-3 Canyon View, top of the 5th, over Carbon.
Okay. 10-3 Canyon View. So Carbon, the number 1 seed, in a little bit of danger.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
10-3.
Yep, and actually the runner will be replacing Star Moon, actually.
It's Brooklyn Williams, a sophomore for the Beavers, coming in to try to get into home.
The mild breeze starting to pick up. You can hear it in the microphone coming through the booth. And Gunnison coach will come out and talk to his infield.
Her infield.
Her infield. You can see she says get some energy. She's bouncing up and down on her knees, and they've been out there a long time.
Well, and the winner of this game has to immediately turn around and play the Millard Eagles.
Yep.
For the final game of the day, as Enterprise and Duchesne will face off in the semifinals. But still, a lot of softball for whoever wins this game.
Yeah, the winner goes to the Final Four.
You got to be a diehard to love, to come to the state tournament and just watch all in the consolation bracket.
Yeah, you do.
Pitcher change.
Pitcher change, and it looks like is Knutson coming back in. So Kennedy Knutson will step back in to the circle to pitch. So she was replaced by Kiesel in the second inning, and so now coming back here in the fourth, bottom of the fourth. We'll take a short break and be back.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Knutson back in at pitch, and she'll be facing Sam Atkin, who's 2 for 2. First pitch is low, and Pender will go to second base, standing up. So a stolen base for Pender. So runners on second and third, 2 down with Atkin, who's 2 for 2 in the game. Knutson with a fouled off by Atkin. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Sam Atkin.
And Knutson, she has a ritual where she spins the ball on her hip before each pitch. She slows the tempo of the game way down, making those batters really think as they sit in the box.
Yep, Kennedy, the senior for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. That one will be down and out. Ball 2-1 for Atkin. There's the pitch, 2-2. That one's low, ball 3.
Williams, no, safety.
Dives back.
She sees Haho coming at her, and it's like, abort mission, abort.
Uh-oh, with the cannon for the arm at the catcher position.
She scares me, and I'm not even out there.
That's right, 3-1 the count. Knutson and Atkin. Pitch is high, and that'll be ball 4. And this time Haho throws it down. And the bases are loaded again. So Atkin draws the walk. She remains 2 for 2. Now the base is loaded for Marshall. Addie Marshall in the game. She is Let's see. That's the third out. So 1 for 3 with a single in the third inning.
And Beaver with an opportunity and a nice hit here could really break open the lead, 3-run lead, and Gunnison with an opportunity to shut him down and change the momentum shift.
Haho with a nice block at the plate. Ball 1. It's all loaded up with the 2 outs. Next game will be in 40 minutes, so might be a small delay. The semifinal game will also be at 3 o'clock on field 3.
There's still 3 innings left to go in this one.
I know it. There's the pitch to Marshall. She'll hit into the hole. Knocked down nicely, and everybody's safe. So that'll be an extra run. So Lindsey Pender sneaks in. So 2 RBIs for Marshall as the Beavers go now up by 5.
That was really, though, a nice stop as she
Beautiful.
was able to stop the ball and prevent it from going into center field. But still, base running, great aggressive base running by the Lady Beavers to, notch 2 more runs. And just a great hit by Addie Marshall.
No, you're absolutely correct. Lexi Kiesel knocked that pitch down. That was phenomenal.
A great stop. Probably got some nice road rash on her shoulder from that dive.
Well, and it was fairly close at second base too. She did a great job. Beavers now by 5. We're still in the bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. Hallie Hutchings up to the plate. Hutchings 2 for 2 with a walk and 4 RBIs. That pitch will be ball 1, a little bit low and outside. Hutchings started the inning off.
We're having another umpire coach conference on the third baseline.
Looks like we'll have a pinch runner.
Number 3, Tylee Marshall. I believe she's a freshman. Will enter the game and run for Sam Atkin.
So Atkin will get a hand as she comes out. She had the 2 RBI hit. Actually, she walked, but she is 3 for 3 on the afternoon. 2 for 2 with 2 walks. So here's Hutchings, 1-0 count. And there's Hutchings, right center field. That's going to be another hit for Hutchings. And that's going to score 1 from second base and put runners at the corners. And another run and another hit for Hallie Hutchings.
How many runs is that this inning?
5, 6.
Wow.
That will, at least I think. I like what Hutchings did there. Hutchings actually went. Actually, it's more than that. Is Marshall on third?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, Marshall scored.
No, Marshall's on third.
The other Marshall scored.
Okay. Yep.
Tylee Marshall scored.
Tylee did. That's right. Ball's low. Howerton the batter. Ball 1. So the Beavers now up by 6, 18-12. Here's to Howerton. Howerton swinging, fouled off back. In the backstop, 1-1 the count. I think Hutchings was going on that one.
She had to come back.
So you can check out Pepper Gale and Matt Robinson at 3 o'clock on the next semifinal matchup. There's a hit going to be for Howerton. That's trouble, and it's going to fall in. 1 run scores. And again, runners at the bases as the Beavers tack on 1 more. Howerton with a single to right center, just right field. Not center
well, and
field
they're a little bit behind the pitch, but it's working out well for them as the hits are hitting into right field. And again, runners on the corners, 1 run at a time. The lead is now pushed up to 7 runs, 19-12 in the bottom of the 4th. That's a lot of runs in a ball game, especially only halfway through.
It is. So Hutchings now at third. One and one the count. Pitches up, high to Albrecht. Ball one. Still runners at the corners. Howerton on first. Albrecht will take ball two.
I'm surprised that Howerton is not stealing second with Hutchings on third. But what do I know?
Well, I think they're respecting the arm of
Ha-oh.
Ha-oh. There's a strike one, so 2-1 the count. Because she can throw from her knees, so I mean, yeah, then it's done. I think as long as your batters are hitting like they are, you kind of leave it going, I think. That pitch is up and out. Ball three. 3-1 the count to Albrecht. Back to the top of the order after this one. Kensley Carter will be up next. Strike two, so full count to Albrecht. Had to wait for the call on that one. No one ran to first base, so I assumed it was a strike. Waited for the call.
Strikeout here would get Gunnison out of the inning.
19-12. And that one's going to be a ball, so the base is loaded once again. Howerton moves to second, and now Kensley Carter, the leadoff batter. And they will do a substitute runner for Albrecht. She's the catcher, so a hurry-up runner.
Jade McMullen, I believe, steps in to run for her.
So Kensley Carter is 1 for 3 with a walk in the game. Looks like a strike, and is strike one. There's another ball. So ball 1-1.
Goes behind Ha-oh, but a nice hard, bounce from the backstop. So very smart for Hutchings to not even try to get off a third.
I need a little bit of water. Someone's got to turn on the water, I think. Oh, here's one. Thank you very much. 1-1 the count, 19-12. That pitch, did it catch the corner? It did not. It was outside. That's ball two. 2-1 to Kensley Carter.
Ha-oh tried to frame it.
Yeah, she did a good job. And the umpire's been consistent that he's been allowing that caught corner, that one a little too outside. 2-1 pitch, and it's going to be a shot in, and nope, it's going to be a base hit. And then they will get out the runner coming from second, but the run does score. So we're going to have to wait and see.
They're going to count Hutchings.
The one should score easily. And
does number 8 score or not? Does number 8 score or not?
Gunnison saying no. The umpire saying yes.
Okay. So 2 runs did score. We had to pause and wait and see what happened. 2 runs scored. Albrecht trying to sneak in. So Carter got a base hit out to center, and then 7-5 for the third out of the inning. My goodness. I'm not even going to count this up. The score is 21-12 when we come back on Centricom Channel 10.
Town & Country Home Mortgage has been simplifying the home buying process for 18 years. We offer VA, FHA, USDA, conventional, and construction loans. Come see us or apply online at NephiMortgage.com. That's NephiMortgage.com. We are committed to our community and enjoy serving our friends and family. Talk to one of our expert loan officers, Abby Ivory, Liz Brotherson, Chantel Bennett, or Joe Nielsen. Town & Country Home Mortgage, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Welcome back. 21-12. Beavers with a 9-point lead as we go to the top of the fifth.
Hey, here's a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Had Beaver scored one more run, it would have been over. It would have been 10 after 5.
10 after 4. This is top of the fifth.
Oh, dang it. I was wrong.
Top of the fifth. So Riley Dyring up at the plate. Dyring on the afternoon
Scratch that fun
is
fact.
1 for 2 with 2 walks in the game. Murdoch stays in the circle for Beaver. There's the first pitch of the top of the fifth, and will be strike one as Murdoch hits it. That one will be in the dirt. Ball one. 1-1 the count. It is going to be over to the third base. Over from Lim to Moon. Out number 1.
Lim fielded it cleanly, took her time. Nice throw to Moon for out number 1 for the Beavers.
That'll bring up Kenny Knutson. And Knutson in the game is 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a home run.
This is Pickett.
This is not Knutson.
This is Pickett.
Okay.
I think.
Wasn't.
Illegal pitch.
So a ball.
So number 7.
Was Lexi Kiesel the last batter?
Yeah, because Raven Pickett's up.
Oh, do you know what? It was 5-3-1, and so Raven Pickett. I just actually started at the top. So Riley Dyring was not up. It was Lexi Kiesel. Now it'll be Raven Pickett. And Pickett is 1 for 3 with a home run. And Pickett hits a high fly ball to right field. Marshall tracking. Takes to the right. Has to make a final adjustment. A little windy. And it's out number 2.
Nice hit by Pickett getting the bat on the ball. But Marshall doing a very good job getting under it to get out number 2.
Ha'o will come to the plate. She is 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles in the game. The catcher for Gunnison Valley. Looking to start a 2-out rally for the Bulldogs. Ha'o hits to center field. Hutchings up, out, over, and that's it. 3 up, 3 down. We haven't seen that in this game. And 3 up, 3 down, and that'll do it as the Beavers will go into the bottom of the fifth with a chance to close this one out with 1 run.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Okay, here we are in the bottom of the fifth. It's 21-12. Beaver has a chance to close this one out with 1 run. And they're batting 2, 3, and 4. So Knutson in the circle for Gunnison Valley.
Well, and somebody
Look at that throw
texted with an
Uh-oh.
offer to give you an emotional support animal to get you through this game. So I'm not sure who that text was from, so if you could send me back who you were. But thank you for caring about Scott and his emotional needs during this troubling time.
Millard baseball 7, Enterprise 0 in the bottom of the third. So Enterprise in a little bit of trouble with the Millard Eagles. That's in baseball. So here's Lim, leadoff batter of the bottom of the 5th inning. Caitlin Knudson's pitch outside and up for the ball 1. Caitlin on the day has been 1 for 2 with a double and 2 walks. Pitches up and a base hit, leadoff base hit for Caitlin Lim. So the winning run aboard for the Beavers of Beaver High School. Here's Star Moon.
That was just a great hit by Lim as she was able to just hit it right in the gap. And now Star Moon. Last game I think we saw with Beaver, they ended on a walk-off home run as Enterprise defeated them. Could Star Moon do it?
So Moon steps up.
Is there a premonition maybe going?
Not with a bunt. So you've got Lim on first base. Moon squares to bunt. Ball 1.
Bold strategy by Dallin Bradshaw with your number 3 hitter.
Well, you got your runner on. You need 1 run. I think it's smart to move your bases. Moon will square again and fake, and that one's going to nice pickup by the shortstop. The winning run on second base now in scoring position. Moon with a 1 and I don't know what they called the second. Yeah, I thought the same. So 1-1. And here's Star, probably with a swing away coming. And there's a base hit. That might be the walk-off single as in comes. Oh, no, smart move. That was a very good hold. What a great throw from the center fielder. Number 24, Jaquel Sorensen. She threw that perfectly, and Coach Bradshaw made a wise move to hold the runner.
He did, because I'm pretty sure, that was going to be relayed in really quickly, and the throw would have beat Lim in. So nice job, nice play by the center fielder for Gunnison.
So now runners at the corners, no outs. At the plate will be Pender. Pender swing and a miss, strike 1. Moon stays at first. Conservative strategy by Dallin Bradshaw. Not one to waste an out. Pitches high and outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Ho jumps up like, I dare you. Try me.
You're right. It's going to be a lot of fun watching that catcher for the next 3 years after this.
I love how aggressive she is. It's fun.
Yep. 1-1 the count, 21-12. Ha-Oh with a nice block. Ball 2. Moon will walk into second base. Runners on now second and third with the 2-1 count. Do they do the suicide squeeze?
I think they should. Just to make it exciting. I would think so.
Matt Robson's saying yes.
Why not?
Squeeze.
No outs.
Ball 3, 3-1 the count. Pender will step back in with a 3-1 count. Runners on second and third. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Winning run on third base. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be high. Ball 4, bases loaded. So the force is on at home. Now to bring up Sam Atkin. Atkin in the game is 2 for 2 with 2 walks. So almost anything out of the infield's going to end this one. Almost. Yep. Even at the infield. So Atkins steps up. Pitch and ball low. Ball 1.
You know, do you send your runner if it goes past Ha'o?
Yeah.
I would.
My heart goes out to these pitchers. You get into this one-loss category, and you get to this point of the game, the arms are so tired. Here's Knudsen. That one might catch the corner. Does. Strike one. 1-1 the count. That was a nice pitch. Hacken steps back in. Here's the pitch from Knudsen, 1-1. That one's down on the ground. It's going to come in, and that will be your ball game. Lim comes in, and the Beavers defeat the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs 22-12. So a pass ball wins the game, and the Beavers will stay to take on the Millard Eagles coming up after this. It's an entertaining game. Stay tuned. We've got more softball coming up on Centricom Channel 10.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Jones & DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any